Alrighty, welcome to Foreign Blood TV. Today we're going to talk about our favorite homeboy, Mr. Man, Mr. Marcus. I don't know why nobody has noticed as many times as Marcus has said these things to me. He allegedly seems to have a problem with other races, perhaps. But Marcus, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this fair question. Being a biracial woman, as many times as you have said to me these racial comments all over social media, um, do you think your crowd is only African American? Is that what you think, baby? I know you don't think every last one of your subscribers, people that leave comments, your supporters, the people that cash app you, I know you don't think they're only African American. You know, these type of comments, Marcus, is going to make you lose a lot of your crowd. Because a lot of your crowd happens to be Caucasian. What has the Caucasian community done to you that you're just so offended by them? I mean, I can't tell you how many times you have said these things to me. I don't get it. Are you thinking? Let me tell you how life works, Marcus. You don't base things off of ethnicities. You base things off of the way people treat you, respect you, handle you, talk to you, things like that. You don't base things off of skin tone, Marcus. This is 2026. We do not do that. Now, pay attention. You're over here calling your new interviewee for the spicy side, saying he's dating beluga whales and this and that and that and this. But baby, what are you dating? You see what I'm saying? Now here you go once again. See, you always want to be a cut above everyone else, and that's just so wild to me. Instead of you realizing you're right here, baby, you date interviewees. You just birthed one by an interviewee. What makes yourself any better than this young man? What? I'm trying to figure it out because I notice that with you. You like to be above people. And you'll find you will legitimize any reason in your mind. Every last person you run across. You're always doing this comparison type thing, and it's just like, Marcus, stop. Quit acting like you've done all these superhero type activities, or you're the first man to ever do it, the greatest man to ever do it, the only man to ever do it. I don't know, Marcus. At one point it just looked like, now, one thing I'm going to say, you keep on, that little interviewee, you ignored part of his conversation on what he went to jail for. I noticed that it went phew, phew. It went right on over your head. It was never spoke on again. You're going to learn, Marcus, about picking up these scragglers. Everybody is not meant to be in your presence for a reason, because a lot of people are on different type timing. Somebody can tell, but I think, thus far, to think you would have honestly learned your lesson. You see what I'm saying? Because I think the interviewees have showed you up to this point. I'd say this out of my mouth, but this is really how I move, and this is really how I get down. And I'm like, well, how many run-ins or how many times do they have to switch up or sell you out or show you who they really are before you realize, Marcus, you gonna learn about putting men in your Jeep. Just like yesterday or the day before, whenever you did, because I know your videos are posted maybe sometimes a couple of days after you do it. You got this brand new male you just met, and you got them all in your back seat. You, of all people, know better than that. You never position no man in no back seat, and you're in the front driving. Street rules, street regulations 101. You see what I'm saying? Let me rephrase that. You never put nobody in the back seat while you're driving. You see what I'm saying? Except family and friends. But that's here or there. You know, you keep doing what you're doing, and then you wonder why it backfires on you, or your business comes out, or this person feels this type of way. You know, it's just so, whatever you've been going through, it's just repetitive. You know, everybody exposes you for what you've done. You pay them a little bit of money for an interview, you know. Then when they expose you, and then people do commentary on it, you know, it's like the... You're like, no. And then you try to downgrade everybody that's doing commentary on you. But the crazy thing is, which I don't understand, is we're only talking about what you're allowing us to see. It's like you want us to watch, but you want our eyes to be closed. Like, don't look at Marcus, he's on. Don't listen, don't look, but you better watch, and you better listen, but really don't listen and don't look, and don't have no opinion, and don't feel any type of way, and it don't matter if it's right or wrong. You know what I noticed? If everybody's tooting your horn, it's okay. If they're not tooting your horn, then it becomes a problem. Now, this thing you did with Feisty, you went and got Feisty this little test, but did you remember what the test said? First of all, those tests could be wrong. Second of all, it was something new that she got. It's not going to show up. There's a chance it could not show up. Feisty needs a mic chart. She needs to go see a doc. You know, that's the reality of it. So I don't know if you think that test gave her proof, ammunition. Hey, yeah, I just tested her. She's good to go. So was that all part of it? Because, you know, the person was like, hey, I need her to be tested. So you made it part of your storyline. Yeah, I've been watching, and because, you know, she's on go about it. You see what I'm saying? And, you know what, something else I wanted to say. You don't deal with people of the paler skin, but you'll deal with them if they'll go on the spicy side. They're cool. And it's okay to be around them if they'll go on the spicy side. But outside of that, you don't deal with them. What have they specifically done to you? 2026, Marcus. 2026. Some of the conversations you have are absurd at this point. I don't know why your community ain't picking up on the man you really are. Sometimes I just sit back and listen, and I'm like, now here we go about Quita. Quita. All I can really say is, good luck on your YouTube page. You know, you guys make your own self-content. Doing YouTube, you have to have a thick skin. And you have to have a certain level of devotion. Without that thick skin, it'll get you absolutely nowhere. Not on YouTube. Now, if you want to be perceived a certain way, just like your boy, Marcus, you got to get on here and show a certain side. That's just what it is. Nothing's going to change that harsh reality. Nothing. So now you got a second page. Here's your second chance. Do it right. You see what I'm saying? Do it right. It's not like anybody's going to forget, but you're going to get new subs. You're going to get, you know, you're not going to have just the same crowd you had before. The majority of your crowd will come from ASI, but, you know, it's just like sometimes we don't think before we talk. We don't think before we do things. We just run into things, run head on into things. And then we wonder why A, B, C, and D happens. Quita, this whole time you've been on YouTube, you've been your own worst enemy. Just like in life, you've been your own worst enemy. Whatever you have going on, you can't blame on us. Just like Marcus, he can't blame it on us. These are all decisions you guys are making your own free will. Nobody's standing outside your door like, wake up, Quita! Wake up, Marcus, today's the day you're gonna do this. Everything you do when you wake up is personal choice. It's personal choice. Every time you use all that's personal choice. We're not making you do that. I could have chose that, but I didn't. A lot of other women could have chose that, and they didn't. You just happen to think that's the American way, and which is odd to me. The fact, listen, I worked 10 jobs before I had to do that. That ain't even, I would feel so low about myself, just honestly. And I'm not down, listen, I don't knock nobody's hustle. I definitely don't knock nobody's hustle. But why? Why is that implanted in our brain that as a woman, that is our only way out? That's the easy way out. That means you gave up on yourself. That means you don't believe in yourself. That working a job, do you know how easy that is? But you would rather, you gotta make that make sense. You see what I'm saying? That means because you have taught yourself that's it. That's your only option. We've been watching you on YouTube for how long? And the reality is that's sad for you. You have so many options to start here, to get yourself here, and you said, move all that out of the way. I'm just going to do this and this only. This is how I'm going to run it. Now here you are, trying to start up another YouTube page, and I commend you. Once again, I ain't mad. But you couldn't have went and got a job. The point is, Quita, is to get things going financially so you can eliminate all that outside using what you got to barely survive. You generate more income so you can walk away from that income, from having to do those things. Why wouldn't you want to walk away from those things? Why wouldn't you? I mean, life is just so, why? It never has to be, I just noticed, we make life hard on ourselves. Much harder than what it really is. We're out there searching for something, and the answer is always right in front of us, and we're like, no, I don't see the answer. I don't want that. I'd rather do everything else but this right thing that's sitting in front of me. I don't see it. I'm looking around it. I'd rather do A, B, C, and D. This is too easy. I don't want to do this. I want to do all this. Why, Quita? Why? But listen, that's you. That's your. That's you. Live it up. Do whatever. But you're pulling up on 40, sis. You're pulling up on 40. And you got to think, what is my end all? What is my goal? What is it I'm trying to do in life? What is it I'm trying to do in life? It's such a simple question. What is my worth? I don't care what you have done. What about what you could do? What about what you could accomplish? What about how great you could be in so many other ways? And this is just like all his other interviewees, but this is why you guys are unhoused. See, it's a common denominator for all you guys. You accept. You're content. You love it there. I love it here, on my couch, when I lock my door. This is where I love it. And I love it here every day. I love it here every night. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't even imagine being outside, being a part of my personal choice. What? It's crazy because you guys act like you're the only ones, the first ones. Just, nobody else has any life circumstances, any traumas, anything. All of us that are watching you, we could have easily been just like you. But something in us said, a little light came on and said, no ma'am, no sir. I'm going to work. And I might not even have the best job, but I'm going to work and try to be the best me, hold myself down, keep my bills paid, just do what I need to do as an adult. And then there's people like you guys, and you're like, I love it outside. The ground is soft, and you know, bandos and bathroom, gas station showers and bird baths, and I just, you know, it don't have to be like that. So as much as, you know, you guys want everybody to feel bad for you guys, that could have been us. That could have really, really, really been us. But we said no ma'am. So, you know, if I can get up and go to work today and deal with everyday situations, why couldn't you? I'm just saying, there's no difference. You see what I'm saying? Everybody else that's watching this can get up and go to work every day and may not even have the best job. Some of us might have 2 or 3 jobs, side hustles, cutting grass, doing hair. You see what I'm saying? Whatever, babysitting. Why? If all those legitimate things are too, what? You're too good for them? You're too good to do what's right, but you can do everything that's wrong. And then you wonder why your life is the way it is. You know, so it's kind of like, that's calling the kettle black. How serious can I take you? But you guys, listen, happy Friday. Please like, hype, and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to do those things. Comment. All those things keep me in the algorithm. Happy Friday. May you guys have your best Friday. The weekend's coming. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Enjoy your weekend. Let me tell you something. You only live once. We all got a lot of things going on in life. Some of us more severe than others. I'm guilty of this. We're all guilty of this. But I'm just giving you my gem for the day. Don't let life take you up through there. No matter how bad it is, as long as you're breathing, there's always another day. There's going to be more ugly days than there are good days. Life is what you make it. Either you sink or you swim. You can't let every obstacle you have break you down, hold you down, put you in a dark place. None of that. Win, win, win. And winning looks different for everyone. It looks very different for everyone. Don't compare your win to someone else's win. But don't give up. I love you guys. Have the best week next week. And I'll see you in my next video. Stay great, guys.